This next video that we're about to watch gives us an in-depth look into where the disconnect is with men and women in terms of communication and why we never get anywhere. I would like this to be a layout and a blueprint for people to look at, especially if you have a difficulty getting your point across, or you have issues with trying to make an example or to express yourself, but you struggle because of your inability or the next person's inability to be able to articulate themselves in a fashionable manner. So stay tuned. Let's get into it. It is over 90 degrees outside, so if you hear air in the background, my apologies. I don't care. I care, but I don't care because it's hot. All right, it's hot. Shit. Um, we 30 seconds in, so I think I'm covered with the guidelines and all that. But no, real talk. We got a clip, man, from whatever podcast. Shout out to them. I watched them. I have different opinions on their approach and how they interact with their guests. They go on for a very, very long time. Like, unless for me, if it's not a extreme emergency type of a discussion, there's no way I could personally sit down for 4 hours straight. But they do it, and they manage to get a lot done within 4 hours. But that just goes to show that we are capable of sitting down as an adult to have discussions without being overly irrational and illogical and letting our emotions take the best of us. This ain't a very long video, um, but I wanted to show you this exchange between the host and the woman up there in the green. You'll see here in a second. Um, Point out what you saw here. Let me know now to give you just some context. Like I said, this is like a 4 hour program, so you're not going to get everything right here. This is like 2 minutes, but I want you to. I want to know if you are going to pick up what I picked up when I watched this, and we'll go from there. But yeah, this is one of the things I love about this show. This exchange right here shows just how people are, when they just don't get the true nature and respect the complexities of having a real back and forth, disagree or agree on a conversation. So
if I'm going on a show, I'm going to do research.
I get it. I'm saying it's on me. That was my bad.
Right, but you cannot then blame.
I wouldn't.
You cannot shift the blame on us that you felt like you didn't know what you're getting into. You didn't see one clip?
No, I didn't. Not my thing.
Well, I mean, okay.
That's red flag number one. You're supposed to do your research before you go on someone's platform. I don't care who it is. Anytime I work with anybody, man or woman, they always ask questions. And I always make sure that we speak before the show, even days before the show. Hey, look, this is the format, this is the order, rules, regulations, this is what we're talking about. Do you have any questions prior? Um, Check out some of my prior shows just so you get an understanding, a vibe. This is for your safety and mine. The fact that you would even get on your iPad, your laptop, or email this person about inquiry to do a show and you don't even bother to do research already tells me that you don't have too much respect for the platform. And I have to question your intentions behind wanting to come on here in the first place. Sloppy. That's very sloppy and very unprofessional.
I mean, I don't remember it was a 7 or 8 hour show. I don't remember everything that was talked about. We talked about various things dating related.
Well, she was able to. You did bring up the idea of patriarchy, the reversal, how you're living in a man's world. You brought up a ton of very interesting psychological ideas. You brought up a lot. It just seems to me like every time you were challenged on them. So what it looks like from my perspective is that I don't mind talking about these ideas. I think that it's fun to talk about ideas like that. But I have noticed this trend and pattern of women who, if their ideas get challenged, they get really upset to the point where they begin to think that they are personally being attacked rather than the idea they're espousing. And they can't make the delineation between.
Let me pause it right there real quick. Let me see if you notice for one her right here. She looks completely out of it. She's not paying attention. This one right here looks aggravated. She looks like she's ready to explode at any minute. She's doing everything in her power to not open her mouth. You know it's coming though. You know it's coming. But just notice the way that he's speaking. He always talks at that tone too. I appreciate his thoughts and feedback. I don't always agree with what he says, but he's a very good debater. You really have to know what you're talking about to talk to him. But yeah,
In the two, the idea which I'm saying and the me, which one is actually being attacked here. I think it's fine to attack ideas without personally attacking the person.
Do you understand that men and women are not built the same?
Yes.
Okay, so a lot of the problem is I wasn't even designed to have a debate with you.
Were you designed to be in politics?
No.
Were you designed to be in leadership roles? Were you designed to vote? Were you designed to pick the government which is going to rule people? Were you designed for any of that?
No.
Well, then why? So then women probably shouldn't participate in any of those avenues, right?
Let me clarify. I was designed to take a leadership role. Yes.
do I need to rewind that? I don't think I need to rewind that. I was listening. I don't know if you were listening. Ladies, this is why I asked if you have representation, real representation. This right here is why. I don't blame Brian. I don't blame the whatever podcast or any other platform. Not completely, but for the women who really know how to do this right here, you see us have discussions about women and you think or assume that we're coming from a harsh place and we're trying to attack all women in the world. And when we speak on certain things, this is what we're talking about right here. This is exactly what we're talking about right here. She just said no to everything. Clearly, she wasn't listening. She you could tell like she had a zombie look in her eye. She blanked out, then came back. That's what a lot of them do. They only listen to respond. They tune you out and then chime back in when they want to react. You just said you weren't equipped to be in a leadership role and to debate, but why do y'all argue? Why do you get into these back and forths with your men? And for men who are in these positions to make sure that you're protected and covered. Why do you go back and forth with authority? Why do you have such a problem with it then if you're not a leader? But then you just contradicted yourself and claimed and said you were one. What's it going to be?
I do not believe that divine humanity was made to have a government. I don't believe that American governmental structure is divine. I believe that's man-made.
Yeah, perhaps it is, but
I do want to say too with that point right there, to a degree, the government is horrible and it is definitely corrupt. And a lot of the laws that we are under are definitely, to me, set up to keep the rich rich and the poor poor, break homes up, debilitate families, all of that. There is supposed to be a divine law that supersedes all of the legislations that we are supposed to follow. And we're not really following none of that. Not with what we see on TV every day and in the music. So I give her that to a certain degree. But what it looks like is she's trying to evade a lot of what he was just saying for her own benefit.
I guess kind of the point and core here is if you think that men and women are different, I agree. Totally, totally agree.
Now the thing is
women are
that,
different.
that,
Hang on,
that men no longer protect women. It's not divine masculinity.
I get it. But let me finish my point and then I'll back to you.
How can we have a discord if you constantly interrupt me? Let me get out what I need to get out so that you can truly digest what is happening, then register, then respond. What's so hard about that?
If it is true that you think
If I'm
saying
going
that it
on
was
the
on
show,
me.
I'm going to do research.
I get it. I'm saying it's on me.
That was the end of that clip. I just wanted to make sure it played all the way through. You got the gist of it, though. The whole point of this video was just to show you, exactly where a lot of our issues come from. That was only 2 minutes. Within that 2 minutes, they had the ability to speak on something and then unpack the discrepancy between him and her and their arguments. I did see a lot more of this, and that lady, I'm trying to tell you, she was very, very unhinged. Very unhinged. I don't think anyone would be able to survive with her very long in a relationship, but that's just my opinion. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Am I overlooking this? Is there more here that I didn't see? Y'all be the judge.